That is it. Come to mama.
Ooh. What could I possibly do to repay you?
What's going on, YouTube? Essentially a place to be. Children, Mr. Andy, back with another SmackDown review, finally, for March 12th, 2021. So, real quick, so like I said, I missed SmackDown. I seen SmackDown last week, but I was too late for the review, so I didn't even decide to put it up. I didn't want it to be that late. By the time I was even thinking about even recording something to put up the review, it was Wednesday. I was like, Wednesday Night Wars tonight. I'm like, nah, we're not going to do this. We're going to start fresh with SmackDown this week, and to get it to you guys on time where you guys are about there waiting. So SmackDown starts off with Daniel Bryan with a promo and Edge, because now I came in a little bit late to the promo because I was just getting off of work, but it did show that Daniel Bryan is really excited about going to Fastlane, but Edge is not too happy about that because he won. He said, look, you lost to Roman Reigns at the end of the Elimination Chamber. I understand the circumstances, but a win is a win. And also, I won the Royal Rumble, which means you were in that match, so that means you lost. Everything is you lost. I'm the winner. It should be me and Roman Reigns one-on-one. He wants Roman, but Daniel Bryan's like, we can do Daniel Bryan versus Edge. So I don't even know where the DB plans are going to be in. I don't know if they're going to try to force Daniel Bryan into this match and make it like a triple threat match and have Lashley and McIntyre have the one-on-one matchup. I'm not necessarily sure what's going to play out or how things are going to play out, but I know Vince is just tossing everything against the wall and rewriting everything for WrestleMania because they're expecting fans in attendance, kind of the Super Bowl. I don't know if it's going to be 10,000 fans, 20,000 fans. It's going to be a couple thousand fans up in there, especially with the way the vaccine has been rolling out and a lot of things has been, getting up on point as it should be. Then come April, you may see a lot of kind of fans in there. So I can understand Vince wanting to make this kind of like a big show because it's the first time in a year that we'll have like legit audience and before WrestleMania, and you got to show it off for Peacock and stuff like that. So there may be a thing where they're going to put Daniel Bryan in there. But we got an 8-man tag team match player where we got the Street Profits and the Mysterios. First of all, side note, I understand that Dominic is bigger than his dad, but it's something about Mysterio riding his son down to the ring while he's on his back. I don't know. I just can't do. I don't know. I just don't like that. But neither here or there. They're going up against the Dirty Dogs and Alpha Academy. I'm mad that this is the tag team for checking. They just broke Otis up in a tag team to put him in another tag team. I guess to make it look more legit. And Tucker is nowhere to be found. And Alpha Academy, Chad Gable should be on his own unless, Jason Jordan comes back, but he's not. But they attacked him beginning before the match even started. We go to commercial break. We come back, then the match gets started with Angelo Dawkins and Robert Roode. It's a typical 8-man tag team match. Everybody takes a minute to get their stuff in. Mysterio's about to go for a 619, but then Robert Roode catches him in a spine buster. And it was a really near fall, but then they beat up Robert Roode. Dominic and Mysterio, Rey Mysterio and Dominic Mysterio give a double 619. Then he springboards to the outside, take it down. Everybody that's on the outside. Then Montez does his from the heavens fog splash. I'm not cool. Used to says, and they win the matchup. So they have a win over the tag team champions. So you already know the Street Profits will get their shot. The whole Street Profits versus Uso thing WrestleMania is not going to happen probably like I want it to be, because that would have been a great matchup. But it look like they're going to probably be relegated to the pre-show when it comes to WrestleMania with them and going against Roode and Ziggler for tag team championships, or maybe even Fastlane. Who knows? Jey Uso's in the back and he's sitting there about to go in the Roman's room, and then Paul Heyman's just like, hold on, have you talked to Roman today? And he said, no, I talked about a couple of days ago, he wants to see me. But Paul Heyman was alluding to that Roman didn't really want to see Jey Uso right now. And he said, it's cool, I got some business to take care of, so I'll go round about with him later. So as this happening, Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler are out there. There's a segment of how Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler taking Reginald to shop. So obviously it showed that Nia Jax was flirting with Reggie last Friday, which, like I said, I didn't get to the review. I did it on Raw. Then that's why he was on Raw on Monday. Well, he had to take up suit shopping, and really he's just trying on the same suits that we see him have already. Corey Graves makes a kind of comment with that also, but Nia Jax is all dressed up and trying to flirt with him and everything like that. Shayna Baszler is clearly sitting down on her phone, does not even give two shits about this whole segment, and that's basically how we're feeling right now. So with that being said, Reggie sits on her lap and is just like, you know, how can I ever repay you back? And then you see the wheels in Nia Jax's head just turning. So we don't know what is about to come up with that. As we do that, Cesaro's about to come out. He'll have a match with Murphy, and then we go commercial break. When we come back, Cesaro and Murphy's getting on, but it doesn't get much enough to get into the gear. Cesaro goes for the big swing, and then Seth Rollins comes down and attacks Cesaro and beats him down, gives him a curb stop and everything, says, you think you're better than me. Sad what happened with Murphy, because I'm saying this, the whole thing was just dropped with the whole Aaliyah Mysterio, which it should have been in the first place. And then now Cesaro and Seth Rollins, like their rivalry, that's going to be a match at Fastlane. Don't know what any of the plans for people like Cesaro, Seth Rollins, Kevin Owens, or anything of that nature is going to be for WrestleMania. As Rollins gets backstage, Nakamura stares him down and just stares him down, and it goes off. So we don't even know what the plan is at all. They're just putting shit where to put shit. Edge backstage runs into Jey Uso, talks about, you know, he grew up with the whole family. He knows the whole family. He remembers when your dad Rikishi used to bring you in here. He used to do things, you know, play each other on the ropes and stuff like that, wrestling. And what happened to you? Why are you being Roman's flunky? It is the same usual stuff like that. Jey Uso cuts him off and says, man, I got to talk like you know me, Uso. You need to back up, man, and worry about your family, because after you deal with the tribal chief of WrestleMania, you ain't going to have no family. I mean, the family ain't going to have nothing to come back, because he's going to destroy you, basically. So, Edge and Jey Uso kind of walk off, and we're getting ready for the Kevin Owens show. So the Kevin Owens show has Bianca Belair and Sasha Banks on there. Sami Zayn, before Kevin Owens goes out, tries to get him to be in his documentary, but he says, look, hold the key cards, but we ain't doing this. So Kevin Owens brings out his first guest. Sasha Banks is out, and then Bianca Belair comes out first, then it's Sasha Banks, and then he says, look, y'all gonna make history at WrestleMania. Y'all both powerful women, and then also y'all got a tag team matchup at Shane against Baszler and Nia Jax. And the only time that a championship match at WrestleMania happened where it was two tag team champions was John Cena and Shawn Michaels. I remember WrestleMania 23. That is definitely when John Cena and Shawn Michaels were the Raw tag team champions, but it was for the championship matchup. So that may be kind of dope, because really there's nothing for the women's tag team division to do. But I mean, obviously Vince is probably not gonna want to do that, because, you know, he doesn't need to. So whatever the case may be, I mean, he might make it bigger than what it is, but I doubt that he wants to keep the Bianca. You know what? It'll be good to keep the Bianca and Sasha thing down the line. But once again, as of this point right now, I don't know who wins the matchup. So Bianca brings up the original issue, and she says, look, you need to deal with him. I mean, like, deal with him. I ain't talking about slapping him. I ain't talking about pushing him. No, you don't even like him. You act like you like him, but don't even like him. No, you need to deal with that problem. And then Sasha Banks says, oh, you need to calm down. Because first of all, there ain't nothing to worry about, because I'm going to win the tag team titles, and I'm going to WrestleMania as 2 belt banks, and I'm the one who started the EST before the EST was even a thing. I paved the road, and even though Bianca Belair said you paved the road, but you know the road going to stop in at WrestleMania. But then here comes Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler with Reginald, which we're getting ready for. There's a tag team match coming up, because Tamina and Natalya come out. Once again, throwing random people together to make tag teams. It's like, and then NXT makes a tag team belts. Makes no sense to me. But I'll get more into that in my podcast this weekend. We come back as Tamina and Natalya going up against Sasha Banks and Bianca Belair. Bianca Belair has Natalya rolled up, but Reginald gets into the ring trying to distract Sasha Banks. And Sasha Banks like chasing after him and everything like that, but then it causes distraction. Nia Jax hits her from behind, and then we get Tamina rolls up Bianca Belair, and Bianca Belair was pissed, said we lost. We go backstage, and she says, no, I told you about this stuff, man. Look, he's the problem. We need to get rid of him. But Sasha was, as Reginald blows her a kiss while they show on the outside. She looks conflicted. I'm telling y'all, Reginald is going to go with Sasha Banks, and that's going to be her little flunky. It's going to be like a Carmella James Ellsworth type thing, because he's just so infatuated with her. He don't care about Nia and Shayna Baszler. He just want to get at Sasha Banks. So as Sasha and Bianca are arguing in the back, she just tells her that, look, you need to just chill, rookie, and walks off. And Bianca got the face like, oh, no, she talking to me? Type thing. Now we get to return to Intercontinental Champion. Big E is coming back out. He comes out. It's funny. He has like, you know, the neck brace, the arm brace, the crutch, everything bandaged up. He just takes everything off and gets gets all hyped for it. But then he said that Apollo took it there. He crossed the line. Now that makes him have to go biblical. So now he's in the ring talking like, you know, doing one of his pastor sermons and everything there. And calls Apollo Crews out, and he wants him. He's giving him a shot at the Intercontinental Championship right now. But Apollo doesn't answer. So now since he's fed up, he has an open challenge for the Intercontinental Champion. King Corbin comes out, not in his necessarily king clothes, but as he's about to get ready to accept the challenge, here comes Sami Zayn and says, no, this will be the great ending for my documentary, as Sami Zayn wants the Intercontinental Championship match. Big E says, look, fine, whatever. Whoever is the first in this ring gets the match. Sami Zayn runs in there, slides in there, and then we get a match. Big E taking on Sami Zayn for the Intercontinental Championship. It's a decent match. Nothing too crazy out the way. But then Big E hits the big ending on Sami Zayn, wins the matchup. Then Apollo, his music hits, and then he's looking for him, but then kick comes from behind. Apollo Crews attacks Big E from behind. 2 angle slams to Big E, and then he gets the steal. I like how he's fussing at him and arguing with him in the accent. So he comes, he gets the steal, and hits Big E with the steel steps, and it puts him in the ring, and it stands on top of him. So I'm enjoying the new Apollo Crews. I'm enjoying that he you know, the steal is his gimmick. I know they're going to probably force that match at Fastlane, but I want to see it as a WrestleMania match. Maybe something happens at Fastlane with a screwy finish, and we get some kind of stipulation at Fastlane 2 out 3 falls, or maybe a lumberjack to get people to do something. But I think they can put on a real good Intercontinental Championship matchup at WrestleMania. And me personally, I would love to see Big E and Apollo at WrestleMania, opposed to just regular old Fastlane. So after that, it's time for the contract sign between Roman Reigns and Daniel Bryan. So when they get out there, Adam Pearce is out there, and then he basically just tells what's going to contract, you're going to sign it. Roman's pissed because there's no chair at the head of the table. He sits down, and then he says, look, a couple weeks ago, Bryan, I was feeling it. And I was like, yeah, okay, but no, after what's been going on, no. I'm not going to face you. I'm not going to sign it. So Dan Bryan says, well, I'm excited about it. I signed it. But what's pissing you off, Roman? Why won't you sign it? Is it because I made your cousin quit and you couldn't? And then Roman just sits there and looks a little pissed. Maybe that's what the rift between him and Jey Uso is going to be. Because he made your cousin quit, but you was in a Hell in a Cell match and you couldn't make him quit. So then he's egging him on. So Roman grabs the paper fist and he's going to sign it now. And then as he's going to sign it, Jey Uso just tossed the table because, you know, he's mad because he disrespected Roman. And he said, this match, he's a special guest enforcer, and it's going to be me. But then Edge comes out and says, hold on, you know what, you're right about one thing. This match doesn't need a special enforcer, but next week on SmackDown, it'll be me taking on Jey Uso for the first time in my career. I'm going to do like a match on SmackDown, and it's going to be me and Jey Uso, and the winner is going to be the enforcer at Fastlane. So, Adam Pearce, how you feel about that? Adam Pearce said, cool, and that's where we're going to have it. That's why I do think that Edge, Daniel Bryan, may get involved in this match somehow, and it may be a triple threat at WrestleMania. Who, I don't know. Let's see what the story is, but, you know, cards subject to change when it comes to Vince, because he had none of this plans for years and years and years and years. That's not how it goes. So, that was SmackDown. To me, SmackDown was, it had a lot of stuff with no substance. It wasn't necessarily a thumbs down show, but it wasn't a thumbs up. It was just in the middle. It had a lot of things going for it that just didn't. I like the Apollo stuff with Big E. I liked, you know, the intensity with the contract signing and the Braun at the end. I like the Kevin Owens show, but it was just more promos and talking and stuff and segments opposed to just matches. So it's just like, it's in the middle necessarily for me. And more leaning like this opposed to like this. So post any comments down below. How do you guys feel about SmackDown? You know it was trash. Put a thumbs down. If you enjoyed it, put a thumbs up. Hit a like, but the thumbs up should be the like when you put in this video. Hit the like button. That helps out the video. Hit the subscribe button for more WWE content right here on NC Studios. So once again, it's NC a place to be. Children, Mr. A&D, and Nerd Coalition is out.